Father's Day is around the corner, and I've got a list of 13 niche fragrances every man should know about. This is a guide or a video that you can refer to if you are brand new to the world of niche fragrances and you like to wear masculine fragrances, and these are the ones you would find as something you can start with, not necessarily when you're brand new to fragrances in general, but if you want to kind of jump forward to exploring the world of niche perfumery. So 13 niche fragrances every man should know about, coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, Father's Day is around the corner. It is not a rank list, and this is kind of like a guide you can use on your own if you are a dad or a father or just a man. You want to, delve into the world of niche fragrances and you want to stick to masculine offerings for men, or if you are looking for a new fragrance to gift your dad or your father and they haven't really explored the world of niche fragrances, I think this is a great guide as well. These are fragrances that I approve of and I really, really love. They are fragrances that I continuously feature in my videos over and over again because I think there's some great niche fragrances, and I think they do make great gifts for dads. If you've got a budget to buy niche fragrances, definitely you can refer to this video. Before I get to the fragrances, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. And let's just jump right into the list of fragrances. We're going to the house of AMOUAGE first. And again, this is not a rank list. This is a Beach Hut Man, this one right here. A great aromatic spicy green fragrance, and it features loads of mint here. It's very, very minty, but very, very fresh and herbal experience rather than like candy toothpaste kind of an experience. This is featuring mint, but also ivy, galbanum, vetiver, orange blossom, myrrh, woods, and oak moss. It's very, very classy, very, very spicy, and I think this is a great fragrance a dad or your dad or father or just a man would wear all year round to smell really, really great. An aromatic spicy green. So AMOUAGE Beach Hut Man. I don't know what the name has to do with the name, the theme of the fragrance, but there's definitely a story behind it. Moving on to the house of Creed. This is my favorite Creed fragrance, Royal Oud. It's definitely a great fragrance for dad or father. I would give this to my dad if he was still around. I think he would love this one. He would absolutely love it. I love the way this one smells. It's all about cedar, pink pepper, sandalwood, musk, angelica, galbanum, lemon, and oud. The oud is very, very light here. It's definitely very, very woody and spicy, a little bitter green as well, with the light presence of the lemony touch in here. That smells really, really fantastic. Royal Oud at number 12 definitely deserves to be on this list. Especially if you're brand new to the world of niche perfumery. Moving on to the house of MARC-ANTOINE BARROIS, GANYMEDE. What a great fragrance this is. So great smelling, kind of leathery, kind of minerally, a little ozonic. There's definitely the violet leaf note here. It's lots of Immortelle for kind of a dry, grassy kind of an experience. Mandarin, osmanthus, saffron, and suede. There's definitely like a crisp green apple kind of an experience here, and I think that's coming from the violet leaves note. There's definitely a fruitiness here as well, and of course the leatheriness as well. Saffron is definitely prominent here, and you pick it up, but such a great smelling fragrance. Very minerally and musky. It's MARC-ANTOINE BARROIS GANYMEDE, a great scent. If you don't know that one, definitely get yourself a sample or sample in a store. In San Francisco, the place that sells GANYMEDE or any MARC-ANTOINE BARROIS fragrances is over at CGO. Alright, as I said, this video is unranked. The list of fragrances is unranked. This is more like a gift giving guide, or gift to yourself if you're looking for a brand new fragrance and you've been doing nothing but designer fragrances and you want to kind of like move forward to discovering some niche fragrances. These are the perfect ones. This is JOVOY Incident Diplomatique, a great recommendation for a dad for vetiver and patchouli combo with a little bit of a warm spice from nutmeg, some sandalwood. It's got this kind of smooth creaminess and then some sweetness from mandarin orange as well. Very earthy, woody experience, some sparkly patchouli, but man, this is such a delicious fragrance. This is Incident Diplomatique from the house of JOVOY. Would make a great gift for dad I think dads would really, really love that one. It smells fantastic and very, very masculine as well. Moving on to the house of Houbigant, it's Fougere Royale. Definitely can't leave this one off. This is a great barbershop-y Fougere fragrance, and if dad's only been, you know, smelling or wearing fragrances from the designer world, he's probably going to like this one if he likes this kind of Fougere barbershop-y, aromatic, spicy fragrance experience. It's loads of lavender here with geranium, oak moss. There's some green notes, there's some grassy and earthy chamomile here, bergamot, coumarin, cinnamon, clary sage, and patchouli. It's a very, very aromatic experience, very earthy, and definitely green. There's definitely loads of greenness and lots of herbal touches as well. Really great fragrance, classy, gentlemanly. It's Fougere Royale from the house of Houbigant at number 9. And this is kind of like a minimalistic fragrance if dad doesn't really like fragrances or wearing cologne and things like that, but wants some kind of a scent. Definitely this is a great fragrance to discover or to gift. This is Molecule 1 from the house of Eccentric Molecules. So it's basically that one synthetic note of ISOE Super. It's minimalistic, and sometimes you can't even smell it. So you can be anosmic to it, but eventually it'll grow on you, because when I first sampled this fragrance, I couldn't smell anything, not a thing. Then finally, after several tries, many tries, not several, many tries, I started smelling it. It's pretty strong and potent now, and I can also smell it on people. But basically this is just a woody fragrance. It's just a woody, musky experience with the synthetic note of ISO E-Super, which smells like cedar. In this case, we got a little bit of a sandalwoody touch as well. So Eccentric Molecules, Molecule 1. Great fragrance for dad to discover. So the next fragrance going to the house of Ormonde Jane. It's Ormonde Man, this one right here. Very, very classy fragrance. Very woody and spicy with aromatics. Great combination of notes here. And I believe this is created by the same perfumer that created Eccentric Molecules Molecule 1, Gaze as Shown. And you can tell it's kind of minimalistic, but there's depth there. It's very, very classy. It's very masculine. There's cedar here. There's sandalwood, vetiver, cardamom, pink pepper, juniper berries, hemlock, oud, and bergamot. I think it's a very, very classy fragrance experience. Very gentlemanly and very, very dressy and elegant as well. Ormonde Man from the house of Ormonde Jane. Who's a fan of that house? Let me know. Put a comment down so I can find out. Moving on to the house of Parfums de Marly. It's Layton. And yeah, I gotta recommend something from this house. Layton is a great aromatic, spicy, woody experience, and definitely has this kind of like intensity that is definitely something a man would want to wear and not think about changing or like replenishing his fragrance. Loads of lavender here with cardamom, vanilla, sandalwood, gaiac wood, black pepper, patchouli, bergamot. So there's definitely a creaminess here, but there's definitely loads of cardamom. Cardamom is very, very prominent along with lavender. It smells really, really great and very, very spicy with definitely that cardamom and then the gaiac wood in here. So it's Parfums de Marly, Layton, a great fragrance. Moving on to the house of Nishané, it's Hachivat. And Hachivat is a no-brainer for a gift for dad. I think he would like this kind of a fragrance, this kind of very sharp and woody experience with kind of a fruitiness there. Very, very green and very, very zingy as well. There's this bitter zinginess here from grapefruit, but it's pineapple, oak moss, bergamot, woods, cedar, patchouli, and jasmine. Very, very classy, very, very long lasting, and a little playful, but this one definitely has this kind of a sharp woodiness to it in comparison to something like Cedar Boise from the house of Mancera, or even you know, Aventus from the house of Creed. So Hachivat from the house of Nishané at number 5. Alright, moving on to number 4. Again, this is not a rank list. Going to the house of Raja Parfums, this is Apex. I'm really recommending this particular fragrance because I just love what it smells like, and it reminds me of my obsession with Halston Z14. So if you have a dad that's older, maybe he's used to fragrances from the 80s and 70s, this would be a great gift to your dad because he'll remember something like this because it takes you back to the kind of classic men's fragrances, the chypres from the 70s and 80s. This is leather, balsam fir, cypress, orange, patchouli, ambergris, tobacco, and moss. Very complex fragrance, very, very amazing fragrance. I really, really love it because, as I said, it reminds me of Halston Z14 from the late 70s. And my dad and my uncle used to wear this fragrance, and I used to spray, you know, steal sprays from them. And so it's just a very, very nostalgic fragrance for me, and that's what this reminds me of. And I think it's very, very classy and spicy. Raja Parfums Apex at number 4. Moving on to the house of Frederic Malle. This is French Lover, this one right here. This is a great fragrance with this greenness, very, very green and kind of earthy, with lots of vetiver and galbanum, with Angelica, oakmoss, cedar, spices, incense, white musk. So this one has a vegetal experience, and not only from the galbanum, but there's also Angelica. It's also very, very grassy and earthy with lots of woods and spices. There's a little bit of muskiness in here and some light smokiness as well. It's French Lover, a great fragrance. Maybe the name might not work out for Dad, but I think it's a great fragrance. Very, very classy and gentlemanly, a bitter green. Next fragrance, going to the house of Xerjoff. This is Mephisto Gentle Uomo. Great, great fragrance from the Casa Morati line. This is kind of like an aromatic, spicy, barbershoppy type fragrance. In fact, this collection also has barbershoppy kind of, not accessories, but like, you know, beard oil and shaving supplies and things like that. But amazing, amazing smell. I really like it because it smells very, very naturalistic herbal, like you've actually chopped through the stems of lavender and they're actually in here. Because I wear the oil of this on my beard, and through my mask sometimes I could smell that really, really pungent lavender smell, and it smells like the green stems and the leaves. It smells very, very naturalistic, but it's citruses, lavender, orris, sandalwood, cedar, grapefruit, violet, and amber. It's a great smelling fougere style barbershoppy fragrance, and I think Dad would really, really like something like this. So it's Mephisto Gentle Uomo from the house of Xerjoff. Definitely check it out. And then finally, the last fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is Ursa from the house of Tiziana Terenzi. For something a little more animalistic, light on the animalistic, not very overwhelming with the animalic qualities. It's got leather, but it's got loads of patchouli and woods, along with some booziness, some light vanilla, and then of course some fruitiness for a very, very sexy wear. And this one's actually something that Dad can actually wear during the day and at nighttime, because there's definitely something really cool about this one, and very, very long lasting as well. The fruitiness, the booziness, along with the patchouli is a match made in heaven. So it's Ursa from the house of Tiziana Terenzi, and the last fragrance I'm going to talk to you about. So these are great fragrances if you're a beginner or your dad is a not really experienced niche fragrances. I think these fragrances would make great gifts. Try and find out what kind of smells your dad likes if you're going to be gifting you know, to your dad, or if you're the person you're buying yourself a gift for Father's Day, or just in general a great fragrance, perhaps if you're just now getting into niche fragrances. Try and figure out what kind of smells do you like. Do you like lavender? Maybe you'll like something like this. If you like the boozy notes, maybe you'll like something like Ursa. If you like more woods, maybe ISOE Super that's in Molecule 1, or even, you know, something like Ormonde Man. Just trying to figure out what kind of smells you enjoy, and then try and find fragrances that might be utilizing those notes. But either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video, please share it, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. So always I want to feature a bonus fragrance, and this one actually I think would make a great gift as well. This is from the house of Le Labo. It's another 13. So another 13 is that very, very sexy Ambroxan ISOE Super combo with ambergris, musk, ambrette, amyl salicylate, and pear. So it's got this light fruitiness in there, but it's all very, very musky, a little boozy, a little fruity, and then of course there's definitely loads of woodiness here and a little aquatic marine thing with ambergris. I think this has one of the best trails. I just love it, and it's also very, very classy and not overly intense in a way that it has a lot of fragrance. It kind of blends with somebody's body chemistry and creates a definitely unique musk when they wear this particular fragrance, and I think that's one of the reasons why I think a dad would appreciate something like this. So either way, Le Labo is another 13 is my bonus suggestion for a gift for Dad. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good one. Goodbye.